The rain pounded against the floor-to-ceiling windows of the Manhattan penthouse like 1,000 accusations, each drop echoing the storm raging in Harper's chest. "I won't do it," she screamed, her voice cracking as she hurled a crystal vase across the room, shattering it against the marble fireplace where family portraits mocked her with their perfect smiles. But her father's face remained stone-cold, his words slicing through the air. "You will marry Hazel Vanderbilt, Harper. It's not a choice, it's survival for this family." Harper Ellis had always been the dutiful daughter, the one who traded her dreams for the family's crumbling empire. At 28, she was a rising star in New York's art scene, curating galleries that whispered of freedom and passion. But the Ellis fortune, built on old money real estate, was teetering on bankruptcy. Enter Hazel Vanderbilt, the 30-year-old CEO of Vanderbilt Industries, a tech conglomerate that could swallow their debts whole. The arranged marriage was a business deal cloaked in tradition, announced at a lavish gala where champagne flowed like lies. Harper paced her bedroom that night, the city lights blurring through her tears. She imagined Hazel as a monster, cold, calculating, with eyes like steel traps. Rumors swirled about the Vanderbilt heiress. Ruthless in boardrooms, emotionless in relationships. No one knew much about her personal life. She was a ghost in designer suits. "How can I marry someone I don't even know?" Harper whispered to her reflection, her auburn hair falling in waves over her shoulders. The next morning, the Ellis estate in the Hamptons buzzed with preparations. Harper's family home was a sprawling mansion overlooking the Atlantic, all white columns and manicured lawns, a facade of wealth hiding empty bank accounts. To cut costs, they'd hired minimal staff, including a new housekeeper named Mia, who arrived quietly with a suitcase and a shy smile. Mia was unassuming, with dark hair tied back, wearing a simple uniform that did little to hide her striking green eyes. Harper first noticed Mia while escaping the chaos in the kitchen. "Sorry, I didn't mean to intrude," Harper said, grabbing a coffee. Mia turned, her movements graceful despite the apron. "No intrusion at all, Miss Ellis. I'm here to help." Her voice was soft, with a faint Midwestern accent that felt like a warm blanket. They chatted briefly, about the ocean view, the relentless New York pace, and for a moment Harper forgot her impending doom. As days blurred into wedding preparations, Harper found solace in Mia's presence. The housekeeper was efficient, but more than that, she listened. One evening, as Harper sketched in the garden, Mia brought tea. "You draw beautifully," Mia said, peering at the canvas of crashing waves. Harper blushed. "It's my escape. What's yours?" Mia hesitated, then smiled. "Books. They take me places I've never been." Their conversations deepened. Mia shared stories of growing up in a small Ohio town, dreaming of the big city. Harper opened up about her fears, the marriage, the loss of self. "It's like being sold," Harper confessed one night under the stars. Mia's hand brushed hers accidentally, sending a spark through Harper's veins. "You deserve more than that," Mia whispered, her eyes holding Harper's a beat too long. Hazel's visits were stark contrasts. The CEO arrived in sleek black cars, her presence commanding silence. Their meetings were formal. Discussions of prenups and mergers, no warmth. Hazel's blonde hair was always perfectly coiffed, her suits tailored to perfection. She barely looked at Harper, treating her like another acquisition. "This alliance will benefit us both," Hazel said flatly during one dinner, her fork clinking against fine china. But with Mia, Harper felt alive. They stole moments, walks on the beach, shared laughs over burnt cookies. One afternoon, as rain trapped them in the library, Mia read aloud from a poetry book. Harper watched her lips move, mesmerized. "Why do I feel this way with you?" Harper thought, her heart pounding. It was confusing, exhilarating. A pull she'd never felt with men, but now with this woman it made sense. The wedding loomed 2 weeks away. Harper's anxiety peaked. During a fitting, she broke down in her room. Mia found her, kneeling to wipe her tears. "Hey, it's okay," Mia soothed, her arms wrapping around Harper. The embrace lingered, Harper's head on Mia's shoulder, inhaling her scent of lavender and fresh linen. "I wish I could run away," Harper murmured. Mia pulled back slightly, her face inches away. "What if you could?" That night, Harper couldn't sleep, replaying the moment. Was it friendship? Or something more? She wandered downstairs, finding Mia in the kitchen, humming softly. "Couldn't sleep." Mia asked. Harper shook her head. They talked until dawn, vulnerabilities spilling out. Mia confessed her own loneliness, moving to New York for a fresh start after a bad breakup. Harper felt a connection, a spark igniting. As the sun rose, Harper realized she was falling for the housekeeper. But duty called. Hazel's team sent more documents. Harper signed them numbly, her mind on Mia. Little did she know the web of deception was tightening. The rehearsal dinner was a spectacle of forced elegance at a high-end Hamptons venue, crystal chandeliers casting shadows like unspoken secrets. Harper stood beside Hazel, their hands linked for photos, but the touch was ice-cold. "Smile, darling," her mother hissed while inside Harper screamed for escape. Post-dinner, Harper fled to the beach, the ocean's roar matching her turmoil. Mia had the night off, but Harper texted her impulsively. "Meet me by the shore?" Minutes later Mia appeared, barefoot in jeans, her hair loose. "You okay?" she asked, concern etching her features. They walked, waves lapping at their feet. "This marriage. It's killing me," Harper admitted. Mia stopped, turning to face her. "Then don't do it. Follow your heart." Their eyes locked, the air thick with unspoken desire. Harper leaned in, her lips brushing Mia's in a tentative kiss. Mia responded gently, her hands cupping Harper's face. It was soft, electric, a revelation. They pulled apart, breathless. "I've wanted that since I met you," Mia whispered. Harper's world tilted. This was real, forbidden love amid chaos. From then on, stolen moments defined their days. Mornings in the pantry, quick kisses. Evenings in hidden corners of the estate. Mia became Harper's anchor, her secret joy. "Tell me about your dreams," Harper urged one afternoon in the attic, surrounded by dusty relics. Mia spoke of wanting to build something meaningful, away from small-town constraints. "You're already building it here," Harper said, tracing Mia's hand. But doubts crept in. Hazel grew more distant, canceling meetings with vague excuses about work. Harper barely noticed, consumed by Mia. One evening during a family meeting, her father praised Hazel's efficiency. "She's got eyes everywhere." Harper shrugged it off. The turning point came a week before the wedding. Harper discovered a hidden drawer in her room, stuffed with letters. Anonymous notes warning about Vanderbilt's shady dealings. Who could have left these? She wondered. Mia, helping clean, saw them. "Be careful," she said, her voice tense. That night, they met in the garden gazebo. "I love you," Harper confessed, the words tumbling out. Mia's eyes filled with tears. "I love you too, Harper. But there's something." She trailed off as Harper kissed her again, passion overriding words. The next day, chaos erupted. Harper's best friend Lena arrived with gossip. "I heard Hazel's been spying on you. Hired someone undercover." Harper laughed it off, but seeds of paranoia sprouted. She confronted Hazel over lunch in the city. "Is there truth to these rumors?" Hazel sipped her wine unmoved. "Business is business. Trust me." Returning home, Harper found Mia packing. "What's wrong?" Panic surged. Mia sighed. "I can't stay. It's complicated." They argued, Harper pleading, Mia evasive. "Please don't leave me," Harper begged. Mia hugged her fiercely. "I won't, but promise me you'll question everything." The wedding eve brought a storm, literal and figurative. Guests arrived, the mansion alive with chatter. Harper in her robe sought Mia. Finding her in the servant quarters, they shared a desperate embrace. "Run away with me after this farce," Harper whispered. Mia nodded, but her eyes held shadows. Midnight struck with a revelation. Harper couldn't sleep, wandering the halls. She overheard her father on the phone. Hazel's plan worked. The maid kept tabs perfectly. Heart pounding, Harper burst into the study. "What maid?" Her father paled. "Mia. She's not who you think." The world shattered. Harper raced to Mia's room, flinging open the door. Mia stood there, suitcase half-packed, a Vanderbilt Industries ID badge on the table. "Harper, wait." But Harper recoiled. "You're her?" "Hazel." The name tasted like betrayal. Mia's, Hazel's, face crumpled. "Yes. I disguised myself to understand you, the family. It was business at first." Harper's tears flowed. "At first? What about us?" Hazel stepped forward. "That became real. I fell for you." Harper fled. The storm raging outside mirroring her soul. She drove aimlessly through the night, ending up at a dingy motel on Long Island. Curled in bed, she replayed every moment, the kisses, the confessions, all tainted by lies. Morning brought clarity and rage. She returned home, confronting Hazel in the grand foyer. "How could you?" Guests milled about, unaware. Hazel, back in her CEO attire, looked vulnerable for the first time. "I was protecting my empire. My family forced this too. But meeting you as Mia, it changed everything." Their argument escalated, voices echoing. Harper's mother intervened. "This is for the best." But Harper stood firm. "No more lies." Hazel reached for her. "I love you, the real me does." The wedding hour approached. Harper, in her gown, faced the mirror. Was love built on deception salvageable? The chapel waited, filled with expectant faces. The organ music swelled like a mocking symphony as Harper stood at the altar, her veil a barrier between her and the world. Hazel's eyes, usually so guarded, now pleaded silently across the aisle. "Do you take this woman?" The officiant began, but Harper's mind screamed halt. Flashbacks assaulted her. Mia's laugh in the kitchen, Hazel's cold demeanor in meetings. How had she missed the signs? The same green eyes, the subtle scar on her hand from a childhood accident Mia had mentioned. It was all a ploy, Hazel infiltrating as a servant to assess the Ellis family's worth, to ensure the merger wasn't a trap. "I do," Hazel said firmly, her voice steady. All eyes turned to Harper. She hesitated, the room holding its breath. I can't." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Harper tore off her veil, bolting down the aisle, her gown trailing like a white flag of surrender. She hid in the estate's library, barricading the door. Pounding fists, her parents' friends demanded entry. Finally, Hazel's voice. "Harper, please. Let me explain." Against her better judgment, Harper unlocked it. Hazel entered, disheveled, her tuxedo jacket askew. "It started as reconnaissance," Hazel admitted, pacing. "My board doubted the Ellis stability. I went undercover to see the truth." Harper scoffed. "By seducing me?" Hazel's face flushed. "No. The seduction was mutual. I didn't plan to fall in love." They talked for hours, peeling back layers. Hazel revealed her own scars. A controlling family, a life of isolation. Being Mia let me be free, vulnerable. With you I felt seen. Harper's anger softened to hurt. "You betrayed my trust." Hazel knelt. "I know. But my feelings are real." The fallout was swift. The merger talks collapsed. Investors pulled out. Harper's father blamed her, their relationship fracturing. "You've ruined us," he shouted. Harper moved out, crashing with Lena in Brooklyn, a tiny apartment far from opulence. Weeks passed in a haze. Harper threw herself into art, painting furious abstracts of betrayal and longing. Hazel texted daily, "Apologies, please." Harper ignored them, but the ache grew. One rainy evening, a knock. Hazel stood there, soaked, holding a bouquet. "I quit the board. Dissolved the merger. I want you, not the deal." Harper let her in, wary. They talked till dawn. Hazel shared her full story. Orphaned young, raised by ambitious uncles, molded into a CEO machine. Mia was the real me, kind, open. "You brought her out." Harper's walls cracked. "I loved Mia. Can I love Hazel?" They started slow dates in Central Park, coffee in quaint cafes. No disguises, just honesty. Harper discovered Hazel's humor, her passion for literature. "You're more than the cold CEO," Harper said one night, walking hand in hand. Hazel smiled. "With you, yes." But shadows lingered. Old flames from Hazel's past surfaced. A ex named Victoria, jealous and vindictive. She leaked stories to tabloids. Vanderbilt heiress's deceptive romance. Paparazzi hounded them. Harper's art career suffered. Galleries shied away from scandal. The climax hit at an art opening. Victoria confronted them, spewing venom. "She'll use you like she used me." Hazel defended Harper fiercely. "I was wrong then, but not now." A shoving match ensued. Security intervened. Harper, shaken, questioned everything again. That night, in their shared hotel room, tensions boiled. "Is there truth to it?" Harper demanded. Hazel broke down. "Victoria was a fling during my closeted days. Hurt her, yes. But I've changed." Harper saw the vulnerability, the woman behind the mask. They held each other, tears mingling. Reconciliation deepened their bond. Harper introduced Hazel to her world, street art tours, indie films. Hazel showed Harper hers, quiet philanthropy, secret gardens in the city. Love blossomed anew, rooted in truth. Yet, external pressures mounted. Harper's family disowned her temporarily. Hazel's board plotted a coup. "We fight together," Hazel vowed. They strategized, Harper's creativity complementing Hazel's acumen. In a bold move, they went public with an interview. "Our story is messy but real." The narrative shifted, from scandal to inspiration. Support poured in from LGBTQ+ communities, praising their authenticity. As autumn leaves fell, Harper proposed a fresh start. "Let's build something ours." Hazel agreed, stepping down as CEO to start a foundation for queer youth. Harper's art flourished, themes of redemption selling out shows. Their love, forged in fire, became a beacon. But was it enough? Doubts whispered in quiet moments. Winter blanketed New York in snow, mirroring the chill that had settled between Harper and Hazel after months of relative peace. The foundation they launched, Empower Her, aiding LGBTQ+ women in business, thrived, but personal cracks appeared. Hazel's old habits resurfaced. Late nights at the office, emotional walls rebuilding. One evening, Harper waited with a home-cooked meal, candles flickering. Hazel arrived exhausted. "Sorry, board remnants causing trouble." Harper sighed. "You're shutting me out again." The argument escalated. "I'm trying." Hazel snapped. "Not hard enough," Harper retorted, storming out into the flurry. She wandered to their first date spot, a bench in Washington Square Park, now dusted white. Memories flooded. Shared hot chocolate, tentative touches. "How did we get here?" she whispered. A text from Hazel. "Come home. I need you." Reluctantly, Harper returned. Hazel had prepared tea, echoing their early days. "I fear losing you," Hazel confessed. "My past makes me guarded." Harper softened. "Then let me in fully." They made promises, sealing them with a kiss that reignited sparks. But betrayal lurked. Victoria, not done, allied with Hazel's uncles, fabricating evidence of embezzlement at Empower Her. Headlines screamed, "Vanderbilt scandal, love or fraud?" Donors fled. Investigations loomed. Harper stood by Hazel, but doubt gnawed. "Did you hide something?" she asked during a tense dinner. Hazel denied vehemently. "It's a setup." They hired lawyers, poring over documents late into nights. Exhaustion bred paranoia. "Maybe this is too much," Harper murmured one dawn. The trial-like hearing was brutal. Witnesses twisted truths. Victoria testified smugly. Hazel took the stand, voice steady. "I built this for good with the woman I love." Harper's testimony followed. "Our love survived deception. It can survive this." Cleared of charges, they emerged stronger but scarred. Victoria's downfall came via her own lies exposed. Hazel's family backed off, respecting her independence. Spring brought renewal. They vacationed in California, walking Big Sur cliffs. "Marry me for real this time," Hazel proposed at sunset, ring in hand. Harper laughed through tears. "Yes, but no disguises." The wedding was intimate, beachside in Malibu, close friends only. Vows exchanged. "Through lies and truths, I choose you." Harper's parents attended. Reconciliation tentative but genuine. Life settled into rhythm. Empower Her expanded. Harper's gallery opened. They adopted a rescue dog, named it Mia as a nod to their origins. Laughter filled their Brooklyn brownstone. Yet human frailty persisted. A health scare. Hazel's stress-induced collapse. Forced reflection. In the hospital, Harper held her hand. "Don't leave me." Hazel smiled weakly. "Never." Recovery brought deeper intimacy. They traveled Europe, Asia, building memories. Harper painted a series, Unmasked Love, capturing their journey. Back in New York, a gala celebrated Empower Her's anniversary. Toasts raised, but Harper pulled Hazel aside. "I'm pregnant," she whispered, thanks to IVF. Hazel's eyes widened in joy. "Our family." Challenges arose. Balancing work, impending parenthood. Arguments over trivialities, but resolved with communication learned the hard way. As Harper's belly grew, so did their bond. Lama's classes, nursery planning. Mundane joys grounding them. The birth was intense. A girl named Avery, symbolizing strength. Holding her, Hazel wept. She's perfect. Harper nodded. Like us, flawed but whole. Years blurred. Avery grew, surrounded by love. Harper and Hazel mentored others. Their story a testament to resilience. In quiet evenings they reflected. Would you change anything? Harper asked. Hazel shook her head. It led to this. Their love, once shattered, now unbreakable. A human tapestry of drama, emotion, and romance. Avery's first steps echoed through the brownstone, a milestone amid everyday chaos. At 35 and 37, Harper and Hazel navigated parenthood with the same fervor they'd applied to their trials. She's got your determination, Harper teased as Avery toddled toward Hazel, who scooped her up with a laugh. But life wasn't without echoes of the past. A letter arrived from Victoria, now reformed, apologizing. I've found peace, hope you have too. They burned it ceremonially, closing that chapter. Empower Her grew into a national force with branches in Chicago and LA. Harper's art graced museums. Hazel's consulting firm advised ethical businesses. They co-authored a memoir, Behind the Mask, a love story, inspiring countless readers. Conflicts arose subtly. Avery's school years brought bullying over two moms. Harper's heart broke hearing Avery's tears. Why can't we be normal? Hazel knelt. Normal is boring. We're extraordinary. They advocated, turning pain into policy changes at local schools. Teenage Avery rebelled mildly, late nights, secrets. She's like me at that age, Hazel admitted. Harper smiled. Then we'll guide her like we guided each other. A family crisis tested them. Harper's father fell ill. Despite past rifts, they rushed to the Hamptons. Reconciliation bloomed bedside. I'm proud of you, he whispered. His passing brought grief but unity. Hazel's health scare returned. High blood pressure from stress. Slow down, Harper urged. They downsized, moving to a cozy upstate home with views of rolling hills. Our new chapter, Hazel said. Avery pursued college in California, studying social justice. Thanks to you too, she said at graduation. Harper and Hazel beamed, their legacy living on. In their 50s they traveled again, retirement adventures. Paris cafes, African safaris. Remember our first kiss? Harper asked in Rome. Hazel grinned. How could I forget? A health twist. Harper diagnosed with early arthritis, limiting her painting. Hazel adapted their home, encouraging new mediums like digital art. You're unstoppable. Their love evolved, quieter, deeper. Anniversaries celebrated with simple picnics. Friends envied their enduring passion. Avery's wedding brought full circle. Marrying her partner, a woman named Jordan. You showed me love knows no bounds, Avery toasted. In twilight years they sat on their porch, hands intertwined. Any regrets? Harper asked. Hazel shook her head. Only that it took deception to find you. Harper passed first, peacefully in sleep. Hazel followed months later, heart giving way to grief. Avery scattered their ashes at the Hamptons beach, where it all began. Their story lived on through Empower Her art and lives touched. A tale of forced unions unraveling into chosen love, proving humanity's capacity for forgiveness and growth. In America's vast landscape, from Manhattan skyscrapers to upstate serenity, Harper and Hazel's romance stood as a beacon, dramatic, emotional, romantic, humane. Love in all its messy glory triumphs.